Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. I wanted to go over the benefits that I gained from going into solitude and finding myself and seeking God. And I wanted to share with you some of the benefits. I have about 6 of them that I learned and gained, and I can honestly say it has tremendously changed my life. A lot of people are in fear of going into solitude. I'm going to be honest, I was too, because I was not used to being alone. So when I went into solitude, initially it was frightening. I did have a lot of days of like boredom and, moments of, weakness where I wanted to just, step out. But something inside of me just reeled me in. And just as soon as I started opening that Bible, I felt like it just came to me. Like I had the encounter with Jesus, and after that encounter and just knowing who he is and feeling the love and just been going through this healing process, I can say that I do not regret my solitude. I am a better woman with doing what I did, and it was just amazing benefits that I feel like are going to really project me into who I'm supposed to be within God and his purpose for me. And I'm just excited to share, as well as I'm excited to have you guys do it and tell me your journey. So let's get into these benefits. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for all new videos. Number 1 is self-discovery. When you go into solitude and you're going to seek God, you're trying to find out who God is, and you're also trying to find out who you are within God, or you know what I'm trying to say, who God put you on earth to be. And when you go into this self-discovery, it's just amazing the things that you learn about yourself. Like I just learned so much about like me mentally, the way I was raised, the beliefs that were embedded in my head. I learned what foods deal with me and what foods don't. So now I've become healthier. I've lost weight. And honestly, it was just changing my diet. Like I really didn't start working out until like 6 months into my fasting and changing my diet. So honestly, I'm gonna say that when it comes to just overall health, it really does start in the kitchen. And then you just move on from there, because once you got that kitchen down packed, the working out, it's just being consistent, and that's how you're gonna get the results. So when it comes to self-discovery, I also learned during that time frame of like just stepping outside of myself and just looking at who I was and my character as a woman, and the things I lacked in and the things I had strength in, and what I can do to better my weaknesses, and how can I emphasize more on my strengths that my weaknesses don't overbear my strengths. So that's what I've been learning in my self-discovery, and I find that learning that and having that basis is going to take you so much further in your life than sitting around not knowing who you are and letting people dictate it. Number 2 benefit is the non-judgment of others. And what I mean by that is we spend so much time around other people, whether it's family, friends, mates, that we don't spend enough time with ourselves to really hone in on who we are and explore us and explore our own personality, explore our own gifts, explore our own hobbies. That we spend a lot of time listening to judgment, and that judgment leads us astray of who we are, because we start thinking, okay, maybe I need to be like this, or maybe that is for me, or maybe I should try what she said. And then we start losing what God is trying to tell us to do and put in us, because that's who we are. And that's when I figured out that when I came into solitude, I started exploring those things. I started learning that what my purpose is, who I was, what I enjoyed to do, what God put me on this earth for. And now that I have honed in on that purpose, it's like every day I'm trying to figure out what's the next step to getting toward that purpose. What do I need to heal? What do I need to change? What do I need to, better of? And that's how I feel like when you're on this solitude journey and you're on this like self-healing journey, every day you're on just an urge of just bettering yourself. I just don't know. Maybe that's just me, and maybe that's because I seek God and I had my encounter with Jesus and he's healing me, and I can feel and see the difference in who I'm becoming with being a part of this kingdom. And like I said, I was not a religious person, so some of the things that I'm saying are literally just coming from out of me, from inside of me. And it's just amazing. I just explored so much within God and just the understanding of God, because so many years, like I said, I wasn't a church person, but I was like not raised in the church. I actually grew up in the church. So I kind of deterred from the church when I went through a lot of the trauma in my life, and I didn't understand God. I didn't have no clarification on nothing about the Bible. And like the church I went to, it was literally, it felt like all we did was sing. I don't think that I got any knowledge. So I just deteriorated and started going another route with different spiritual practices, no practice at all. And yeah, I'm just so happy that I found myself. Like I said, number one was self-discovery, and then the second one was non-judgment of others. So as I started deeper diving into God, the more I start tuning the world out and start worrying about what they thought, what their opinion was, what was going on social media, who was where, why. I didn't care about none of that. All I cared about was me and God, literally, and I still do. Nurturing my independence. And I've always been a independent person. I've always did have, I would say, my sister always helped me a lot. So my independence, I've always had that person I could rely on the back burner, and I had to step out of that. And stepping out of that and coming into my own essence and coming into my own independence and my own self-esteem that I can do this regardless of the things that I had that were negatively impacting me to get ahead. I pushed through. I persevered. And you know what's so crazy is like, even like during my time during incarceration, I would just write goals and read, write goals and read. And it's like that whole time I was like, I got a plan, you know, and I just persevered through that plan. And so many people I've seen through the system just fail. And during my time in incarceration, when people were failing, I wasn't like putting doubt on myself. I was running over there trying to figure out how they failed. Like, what did they do wrong? So I would know what not to do. And that honestly helped me to persevere. Is taking my stories and listening to other people's stories and just putting all my strength and my independence into God and what he said I have in me. And I just moved forward with it. And I just kept going and kept going. And man, the self-esteem and confidence that I have in myself now is just over the top. And just the grace that I have for myself, included giving to others, knowing where I started and where I'm heading, is just baffling. And I did all of that in solitude, you know, and I also discovered a lot of that in solitude. I spent a lot of solitude when I was clearly incarcerated. And then even when I got out, I stayed in solitude because I knew like something's happening and something big is coming. And I don't know what's coming, but I have to prepare. And that's how I feel. And that's how I've just been feeling. And I'm just excited, you guys. That's another thing about nurturing my independence is my self-esteem. I did suffer a lot with my weight, you know, being since a child, because like I said, I was teased a lot. And so I always had an issue with my weight. Although I personally never wanted to lose my weight, I kind of always just wanted to tone it. But for some reason, I was so caught up in, you know, social media, I was just dropping weight. I wasn't even looking like myself. And this is way back when. This is not recently. And I just got caught up. And I felt like I just started losing my self-esteem, losing, you know, me thinking I'm beautiful, losing me thinking that, you know, I had something to offer other than a body part. And sometimes as women, we get so caught up in our looks that we forget that confidence and self-esteem is more than just looks. It's about your mind. It's about your heart and your character. And I lost a lot of that chasing an image. And I had to go back and reel in on that. I had to reel in on my character, reel in on who I was as a woman, build my self-esteem in that type of way, because I was too concerned about the outside. And I feel so good with going into solitude and building that self-esteem and building that confidence within my mind, within my spirit, knowing that I'm worthy, knowing that I have a brain, knowing that I can think. I don't need someone to tell me things. So it just feels good. I'm gonna tell you that. So going into solitude and that benefit of just having that self-esteem and that confidence within your own soul and spirit and mind, baffling. Amazing. Nurturing independence. I learned so much about self-care. And for so many years, I loved like spas and treating myself and massages and all that. But I also learned a different type of self-care, like a self-care of reading and learning something new and applying it and having confidence and seeing the actual positive benefit from it. Like you win with it. You know, it's a different type of self-esteem and confidence that comes from real self-care. Learning how to learn your hair texture, learn your skin, clear your skin up naturally, reading it, researching it, learning how to, I learned so much about myself, learning how to eat right, what's in our body, what we're being fed. And having this type of knowledge, even though it seems miscellaneous, it brings you to a different level of a lifestyle. And when you start living your lifestyle this certain way, all you do is just elevate with knowledge, elevate with, self-confidence, elevate with grace, and elevate. I'm telling you, elevate. As you see, you guys, I am excited sharing this with you because I'm still going through it. I'm still getting benefits from solitude, and it's just still enhancing. But the fourth one I have is cultivating better relationships. So what I mean by that is even at my job, I've had a lot of jobs in my life, a lot. I was one of those people who quit, it ain't working. And I just never liked I never liked working a 9-to-5, period. I honestly still don't, but now that I've bettered myself, my job and my workplace is better. I have a better energy coming to work. I have a better attitude, and I'm getting better results coming back from that. And I'm learning that when you come to a workplace and you're just in a drought and your spirit is not healed, that can also affect your workplace. Even though a lot of people don't like 9-to-5s, who does? If you do, kudos. But I don't. But even coming to work, I love it because I'm not bothered by this job. I'm coming here, I'm doing it, and I'm good, I'm gone. I'm not coming here dreading hearing the people or dreading hearing my coworkers. I come and I'm happy. I'm in a good place. I'm just ecstatic. Who is gonna ruin it? Nobody. And it just feels great. And I feel like now that I feel great within myself and I'm sharing it and I'm just pouring out that love, people are giving it back, and I'm cultivating real good relationships in the workplace where, I don't have an issue with my manager. I'm not dreading talking to her. I love my coworkers. I help them. They help me. It's just a really good spirit. And then also when it comes to friendships that I had bad experiences with, or I felt like were not giving me that love that I was giving, I let those go with all love. I still show love to people that I don't talk to. I still wish the best for them, but I am on a path of just righteousness and love and just prosperity. It just feels like, and prosperity within, not prosperity and money and riches. I am prospering within. It's such a different experience. It's just, I don't know what to tell you guys. It cultivates your relationships, and I feel like now moving forward, when I do find my crew, my circle, my tight-knit girlfriends, that they will have the same spirit I have, and they will bring something new, something cultivating to me, and we'll just cultivate that relationship and just build it on a bond. And just even when it comes to friendships with men, a relationship with a man, whenever I decide to hit that route, it's going to be better. You know what I'm saying? Because now that I'm honed in on who I am and I'm just confident, I'm happy, and I'm not happy every day, but I'm happy with who I'm becoming in my character, that I'll be able to decide the right man, and the right man will be a good relationship for me, and it'll just be another cultivated relationship that just ties like this. And I'm just excited for that. So I feel like going into solitude, self-discovery, non-judgment, exploring your options, nurturing your independence, all leads to cultivating the better relationships. Okay? So that was a number 4, cultivating relationships. Let's go to number 5, rediscovery. When I say rediscovery, I'm rediscovering a lot of things about myself. I'm rediscovering music that I like, music that I was listening to, that I'm listening to the lyrics what? Because, for so long, I just tuned out so much, and I was just doing whatever. And I never paid attention to a lot of things. So when it came to that and rediscovering myself, I just now pay attention to everything. Everything is ooh, it's just a self-discovery. I'm loving this. I like this. I don't like this. And I feel good about saying it. I don't want to eat that. I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I remember I had someone reach out to me to go hiking. I finally realized I do not like hiking. I don't like it. I don't like bugs. I don't like all that hotness. It's hot, and I just don't like it. And for so many years, I will always tell people, oh yeah, I'm going hiking. I'm on a mountain, whole time irritated, like just dreading it, just waiting for it to be over. And you know, just some little things like that, like saying no to like, no, it's not for me. It feels good. It's rediscovering my no. That's what I'm rediscovering. I feel like with rediscovery is really rediscovering your no. Rediscovering that, hey, I don't like that and it's okay. You know, that's you. And I feel like learning that, it has been just a blessing because I was a people pleaser. I was a person where I pleased a lot of people because I just had such a heart where I didn't want like no problems. Like if this is really what you want to do, then okay. But then I had to learn that I was suffering myself because a lot of stuff I do not like to do. And I was just doing a lot of things out of just other people's opinions, other people's thoughts, my circumstances and where I was, and just being lost and not having a sense of who I am. So this rediscovery and just finding out like, man, this is who I am is just amazing. And the sixth one ties into rediscovery and self-discovery. It is a personal freedom. Oh, it also ties into nurturing your independence, but it's a difference because nurturing the independence is basically taking care of it and finding ways to keep up the independence. And I feel like with personal freedom, I feel like with personal freedom is like embracing that I can just do whatever, you know. And to be honest with you, like I said, I was incarcerated, so I did not have any freedom. And I know what it feels like to have your freedom just snatched. And let me tell you, it's not a blessing. It is not. But I definitely now can understand the difference between freedom and non-freedom. And when I tell you, when you find this freedom, even within solitude, it's amazing. Just to wake up and just know, I don't have to do this for somebody. I don't have to do this for somebody. Or I don't have to go here. I don't have to do none of that. I literally have to just take care of me. I literally have to just do what I want to do, what's best for me. If I don't want to get up and cook and I want to sit there and I want to eat a sandwich and some popcorn and some chips, that's what's going to be. You know, it's just things like that, like the small things. Or just like, okay, Saturday, I'm getting up and I don't want to wake up till 10. You know, why not? Even though I said I'm going to wake up at 7 and this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to wake up at 10. And can't nobody say anything. It's just those little kind of freedoms. Me hopping up and getting in the car and driving wherever. And I'm a driver. I do like to like just drive around for no reason. I don't know why. It's always like therapeutic to me to just get in the car and just drive. And so to be able to do that, like, you know, it just feels so good. A bed. I'm gonna tell you guys, being on a mat for 3 years, and when I tell you a mat, I'm telling you that mat's so thin my couch is thicker. And just a bed. Like I swear, a bed. I just lay in the bed. I just look at the ceiling like, whew, I remember that day in A-Bay. And I just pray to God, like, man, please let me go home and get in the bed. Like, you know, I just want to get in the bed. Like, it's just, whew, a blessing. I'm telling you guys, just the solitude. And I remember, like, when I was incarcerated and I kept praying, like, when I get out, please just give me a place alone. Like, I just need to be alone. I need to be alone. Like being around 1,200 women every day and then being around 100 all night, I'm gonna tell you, too much. And it's just, I just want to be alone. Anyway, I'm babbling too much about that. So anyways, let's move on to last but not least. Okay, so that actually was the last one, was rediscovery. So just to go back over the 5 benefits that I learned from being in solitude was 1 was self-discovery, 2 was not under judgment of others, 3 was nurturing my independence, and then 4 was cultivating better relationships, and then 5 was rediscovery of your inner strengths, and then also number 6 was personal freedom. So those are the 6 things that I learned from being in solitude and from finding myself and seeking God and just understanding my purpose and understanding who I am and what a woman is, and just really honing in on the inner me and what's within. So if you guys like this type of video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit your notification bell so you can be updated on all new videos. Be blessed.